Buttercup. Popcorn, add sweet green butter to hot popcorn. Mix it up, wrap it up, Buttercup is born.
It's delicious.
So nutritious.
It's a taste delight.
It's so munchy,
Crisp and crunchy.
you'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched Buttercup, popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
For refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
The next show will start in 7 minutes. The next show will start in 6 minutes. While you're relaxing and waiting for the next show to begin, visit our snack bar. The next show will start in 5 minutes. next show will start in 4 minutes.
There's time?
Sure, there's still time to visit our fine snack bar, where we offer a wide variety of good things to eat and drink to top off your evening. Want a suggestion? How about enjoying a treat we're famous for? A refreshing cup of smooth, chocolatey good Jubilee hot chocolate. Such a comforting, special kind of drink, and a favorite with folks of all ages. Hot chocolate goes down real easy this time of night, makes you feel warm and altogether wonderful. Bet you've never tasted hot chocolate quite as good as we make it. Enjoy a cup tonight.
Hot dogs with your favorite trimming for men and boys, girls and women. Dress them up to suit your taste. They're good. So good.
The next show will start in 3 minutes. The next show will start in 2 minutes. The next show will start in 1 minute.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 18 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar. Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
About to witness the takeoff of the first manned rocket to outer space. We pick up the count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
We're off to visit the planets. There are treats galore in the stars. Venus is loaded with candy, and ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pop's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure hits the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet, where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stand.
Good evening. It's intermission time. And during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in. Our service is friendly and quick. You'll find hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, your favorite candies, hot and cold beverages, and other delicious snacks. So add to your fun of watching the movie. Visit our refreshment stand right now during our 10-minute intermission. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and we hope you'll come to see us often. It's great to get out to the movies.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anyway.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
The delicious Oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. It's America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
Hungry? We have it. Kettle the Popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
We're now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon.
Please replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore. There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
You have 10 minutes till showtime. You've seen the show. It was quite a treat. But now you'd like something to eat, so right this way to the concession stand serving Castleberry's, the best in the land. Yes, sir. Castleberry's is real southern barbecue. Choice cuts of meat slowly cooked over open pits of smoldering oak coals for honest-to-goodness barbecue flavor. You'll also find hot coffee, cold soft drinks, and delicious ice cream in our snack bar to go with your Castleberry sandwich. Just look at that generous helping of rich, juicy barbecue. Yum, yum. For a real taste thrill, Castleberry's barbecue will fill the...
The next show will start in 9 minutes.
Golden, pure creamery butter, rich, flavorful, satisfying. That's what it takes for the finest buttered popcorn, and that's what we use. See for yourself why there's no Showtime treat to equal the crisp, delicious flavor of hot popcorn that's bathed in real melted butter. It's at the concession stand now.
Now listen, now listen, now listen. I'm the Dairy Queen, won't you come with me along the milkshake way? I've got lots of good surprises, fresh and yummy for you every day. There are malts and shakes and sundaes too, whenever you stop. And of course your very, very favorite, the cone with the curl on top.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
Hey! They're ready, folks.
For refreshment that is great.
If it's early or it's late, it's Orange Crush. Orange Crush, the drink that's extra good.
Fresh fruit flavor.
That's for me. It tastes better.
Naturally.
Orange Crush, get some right away.
Visit our refreshment stand right away for delicious Orange Crush and all kinds of good things to eat.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
10, 9, 8, 7 minutes to go.
Let's play Dutch Treat. Da 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 da. Oh, you're it. No, I'm not. Come on. I'm it. 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's treat. 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's treat. 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's treat. That's treat chocolate drink. Oh, that's treat chocolate drink, please. That's treat drink so good. I want some. Me too. Everybody loves it. So good. It's good hot
or cold.
Mom and Dad love it. So, get that treat chocolate drink at the snack bar now.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
The next show will start in 6 minutes.
With mustard and relish, you'll guarantee mouth-watering satisfaction. And now he slips his costume on a beautiful golden bun. There's his cue to go out on stage.
He's the natural.
He's the rage. Meet this person that'll feed at our refreshment counter. treat the family.
Something different for a change? Then try the perfect refreshment. Chili Dilly, a delicious pickle treat that's spiced just right for every bite. Economical, too. There's no waste. You eat every bit of the juicy goodness of Chili Dilly. How about trying one right now? Chili Dilly, on sale at our concession stand. You'll love 'em.
You have 5 minutes till showtime.
Time for refreshment. Refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And, of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
It's refreshment time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item of
Yeah, let's do this shit. Right? Hello? Anybody there? Can you hear me now, or are you going to think about it later? Alright, that's loud. Oh, pardon my bong hit this morning. Good morning, everyone, as I clean my nostrils. I got hot coffee. I swear I got hot coffee here. My hot coffee is hot, but it's also got a lot of coffee floaters in it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm talking about stuff that the screen filter doesn't filter out. Good morning, Joey. How you doing, buddy? Man, oh man. What a weekend, huh? Oh, man. Yeah. We got quite a bit cleaned up in here yesterday. Usually I I get eat breakfast and get dressed and get ready to do something, and then I got to take a nap. Yesterday, I didn't take a nap. We went out and we cleaned out the laundry room / storage shed. And I don't have a hat. Let me put a hat on. And then after that, we emptied out the living room. And then, let's see, we got aliens today. I watched Paul over the weekend. Again. Great movie. The only movie that I can stomach Seth Rogen in, really. That guy just turns me off completely. You worked 11 hours last night. I thought it was your night off. I thought I thought tonight was your first night back, but then I don't keep up with things too well. 11 hours, huh? That's a lot. You know they ask too much of you. You give up all of your life. Seriously. I mean, how much do you really get for yourself, time-wise? All of my time is pretty much my own now. The unfortunate part is I'm so fucking sick that I can't do much. It kind of sucks, you know, because I've got all of this time and no energy. I got all of these things I want to do, and I just can't do it. Last night was great because I have been trying to get this living room / studio cleaned and organized for like forever. I had my drum set stacked in pieces behind the couch in my living room because I just could not get into my laundry facility, my storage unit. And that's all gone now. It's just a couch, a couple of tables, an ottoman, and that's it. That's all that's on the floor in my living room now. Actually, what I did is I added a chair. It's about this tall, the seat of the chair. Well, let's see. The seat of the chair is this tall. And it's got a back on it. It's like a bar stool type chair. And I put it behind the couch to the side because the dogs used to get up on my drum set. I had to put pillows and blankets and stuff over my drum set because they kept getting on top of them. Once I put pillows and blankets over my drum set, they were up there all the time. So I made a little bed out of that tall bar chair. Put some blankets and a little doggy bed on it. So now Oliver, the one who likes to get up, be up high and be alone, he's got a little crow's nest now, which is pretty cool. My daughter is sick. She woke up Friday morning feeling a little She's like, where's the vitamins? And Mom had just gone through and chucked out all the vitamins. She had, done the whole looking at the dates thing and was cleaning house. So my daughter went a day without being able to take her vitamin regimen. As soon as she starts to feel sick, the plan is to start taking supplements and food and water and all of this, right? She didn't have her supplements, and that was kind of a bummer. So she got a day behind on taking care of herself. Woke up Saturday morning coughing and sniffing and feeling like garbage. And of course, it was her friend's birthday. So she took it easy, didn't do any school stuff, just stayed in bed. Mom brought home lots of vitamins and made homemade chicken noodle soup, like she does every single time one of us gets sick. She makes homemade chicken noodle soup from scratch right there. And it's always amazing. Don't forget the lemon. So between us pampering her and her taking care of herself, she was actually able to go out, feel really good, and go out Saturday night to her friend's birthday party. She really didn't want to miss it. While she was napping and resting up for the evening, Mom made 2 big giant trays filled with chocolate-covered strawberries, right? So Super Mom to the rescue again. Mother's Day is an understatement. In this house, it's like, yeah. And it was, of course, Natalie was too busy doing other stuff and didn't have one strawberry while she was there. But she said every time she turned around, there was those little cupcake papers with strawberries. Somebody had a strawberry, so everybody was eating strawberries. So that was great. Mom knows how to call them. Yes, sorry, Baba Rennie. That's hot. That is hot. It's Monday Movie Memory. Memories. Monday Movie Memories. That's what today is all about. Later on, we are going to watch part 2 of Different Suns. It's about a half an hour left. We're going to pick up a little early. We're going to pick up where it says day 2. Which is about 30 minutes left of the film. Also, we have another record for the day. What is our record for the day? Record for the day. Ooh, one of my favorite records. Who's next? You know what's great about this? That I noticed. You don't really notice until you notice it. And then you notice it. But if you look really close at what these 3 of these guys are doing, and what they just finished doing, right? There you go. Who's next? Who's next? So this is Who's Next album. And it is a fucking doozy. It has got the greatest fucking lineup of songs here. Baba O'Reilly, right? Oh, man. Getting in Tune. What a fucking great. Behind Blue Eyes. Won't Get Fooled Again. Oh, the song is over. I'm telling you. This is fucking awesome. Classic rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. And we gotta pick out another TV guide here. What is today's date? This is the 12th, and this one is the 9th to the 15th, 13th, through the, well, we got Dallas, 1981, or Little House on the Prairie, 1978. We're going to do both of them. We're going to take both of these on this week. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. Let's see. We don't need that water there. We don't need that tissue there. I need my coffee for sure. Got a bunch of extra paper towels. You know what happens is I go and I wash my hands. I scrub my hands. I get my hands really clean. And then I dry my hands with a paper towel. And then the paper towel is just wet. So I just throw it down somewhere on my desk and let it dry. And then when I wash my hands again, which is like 20 times a fucking day, then I just grab the now dry paper towel and use that. Why? Well, I hate wasting paper towels. We usually have hand towels that sit in the kitchen so that when you wash your hands or you're doing something, there's a hand towel right there, right? Always. There's hand towels in there now. The unfortunate part is every once in a while they'll sit in the dryer too long, or they'll sit in the washer too long before they get dry, and they take on that little bit of a funny smell. And that bugs the hell out of me so much that when I dry my hands and go have that funny smell, I have to pass. I gotta pass. So let's see. Oh my God. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to load up my YouTube channel, and I am going to bring up, hopefully find someone who's got Who's Next and share their stuff. Because It's all about sharing. That's what I see YouTube. It's to share your life. Wow. I was just looking at news here. Okay. You ever seen any old photographs of Lindsay Wagner? Bionic Woman from the 1970s and 80s. No. She's a looker. She is quite the looker. She actually lives here in Palm Springs, I believe. If not full time, I know she does have a home in Palm Springs, as does, I believe, Lee Majors, or at least I thought so. I don't know, is Lee Majors still alive? See, that's where you go. There you go. There you have it. There it is. Right in tune. Yeah. I'm in tune. And I'm gonna tune right in on you. Right. Wow. 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 That's good stuff there. Oi. Alright. And we're going to type it in. We're going to go who's next? Full album. Yeah. Alright, yeah. 15, 9, 15, 9. What is it, 9 or 15? Looks like 9. Looks like 9 songs. 8 videos, full album. Here we go. Here's the whole album, 43 minutes, from Maximus 789. Oh my god, that's totally cute. Oh my god. Maximus 789. He's going to have this over here. We're going to share it for Maximus. And be sure, if you go to Maximus, be sure to subscribe to Maximus. Go to Maximus and subscribe. Subscribe. We're going to do that. Because it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Right? And that's 19. What year is this? 1970 what? 19 bloody hell. Bloody hell. Right in on you. Yeah, I've got it all. I've got it all. It's got it dipped, yeah. The dictaphone. The dictaphone. Anyway, that's good listening right there. That's just good plain old fashioned listening. That's good stuff there. 1971 is the album there. And that is that is a great friggin' album there. Oh, look, Joey's shipping something to me tomorrow. Boy, I'm getting shivers. I'm getting shivers. So put yourself in a box and ship yourself over. It's that easy. Take a little food with you. That always reminds me of that movie Spies Like Us with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase could work with anybody, even difficult people like Bill Murray and Chevy Chase. But the movie where, you know, at some point in the movie, in the beginning, they're in a storage container floating down over Pakistan in a parachute inside the storage container. And they land, and when they land, the thing opens up, and there they are, seat-belted into a couple of chairs, surrounded by junk food that's been eaten. Yeah, it's hilarious. Totally. Which all of a sudden reminds me of Egyptians and sarcophagi and all of that. What the hell is up with that? How come I'm reminded of Egypt? I don't need food, I'm a survivor. We're a dying breed. Survivors are a dying breed. That's hilarious. That is friggin' hilarious. You kill me. Survivors are a dying breed. I love it. I love it. That's just too much. That's just bloody hell. Too bloody much. All right, I'm looking for my lighter here. Ah, here's a lighter. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Oh, what else do we have in the old Boxerino here? I want to check the old Boxerino here. It is Monday Movie Memories. So, another movie that is one of my favorite movies of all time. This one we actually watched in school when I was a child. When I was a child, this one was a brand new movie, and it came to us via my teacher in school. My teacher in school said, "You guys have to watch this." Which I'm kind of glad, because at that point in my childhood, I was Elephant Kid. All right, I was other stuff. Joey said he's sitting other stuff too. Because I was such an outcast. This is my Betamax copy of The Elephant Man. I was such an outcast that, yeah, I felt like John Merrick. You know? Heavy duty. I believe it's filmed in England at the what do you call those? The England, what do they call the England studios there? Yeah, anyway, there's that there, Elephant Man. Let me see if I can find Elephant Man here. Ride in on you. Elephanty Manny. A full movie. The Elephant Man. YouTube movies. DNC Cinema. Looks like it has it all. Full movie on YouTube. YouTube. Fun facts. Bill Hader on The Elephant Man. Well, that's interesting. Let me turn off my sound and go to the playlist real quick. And that is not the playlist. Yeah, okay. So, what are you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? YouTube movies. Free with ads. Here we go. So here it is on YouTube. On YouTube, free with ads. So that's very cool. So you can just watch it right there. 1980. There we go. Full movie. There you go, peeps. And then I am also going to put it on a playlist. Monday. Movie memories. There you go. There you have it. I've done my part. So be sure to like and subscribe to anybody we get stuff from, because it's just polite. And like I said, it don't cost anything. You don't have to watch what they have. You don't have to do any of that. Sure, sometimes you feel like your subscriber list is getting a little unmanageable, but just don't look at it. Just don't look at it. There's enough other stuff to look at on YouTube than your subscriber list, right? Oh my God, I never watch anything from them. I'm going to get rid of that. You don't have to do that. Just leave it there. They'd like to be subscribed to. It helps us. It's really cool. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I'm not in this for subscribers. I'm in this for the human factor. So Joey knows that. I mean, if this YouTube channel has done anything for me of any good, it's brought Joey. You know, I got a new friend out of this, and that right there is enough. If I don't get anything else out of this YouTube, I have made a really good friend, and that's all that counts. So there you go. There you have it. There it is, right there. Oh, bung hit. Gosh, why didn't somebody tell me? There you go. 2 more episodes of McCloud. That's all we have left. 2 more episodes. I'm bummed. I'm kind of bummed, you know, because it's a great show. I look at these 8-track. I look at these lists of 8 tracks here, right? And when I do, let me situate this here. And there. I read from them, and I get Barry Manilow 2, got it. Freddie Fender, Before the Next Teardrop Falls. Electric Light Orchestra 2, got it. Carpenter Singles, got it. Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, got it. Fielder, Rayner, Strauss, Greatest Hits, actually got it. Supertramp, Even in the Quietest Moments, got it. Kenny Rogers, Love Lifted Me, Dr. Hook, a little bit more, I think I got it. Roy Clark's Greatest Hits, got it. Bay City Rollers, It's a Game, got it. I go through every one of these, and most of the Burke Baccarat, got it. Thin Lizzy, Johnny the Fox, got it. Barry Manilow Live, got it. Elvis Worldwide Gold, I think I've got all of fucking Elvis Presley on 8-track. ELO Out of the Blue, got it. Frampton Comes Alive, got it. Grand Ole Opry, 26 Don't Have It. Beach Boys, Endless Summer, got it. An Evening with John Denver, got it. Kenny Rogers, got it. Steve Miller, Book of Dreams, got it. Rocky soundtrack, I think I got it. Crystal Gale, Crystal, got it. Donnie and Marie, Osmond, I'm Leaving It All Up to You, don't, got it. Pablo Cruz, A Place in the Sun, got it. Waylon Jennings, Old Waylon, got it. ZZ Top, Fandango, got it on LP and on 8-track. The Monkees' Greatest Hit, 8-track, got it. Paul Anka's 21 Gold, got it. Herb Albert, Tijuana Brass, Greatest Hits, got it. Bob Wells, Friends Kiss, don't, got it. So it's literally, 6 on, 6 off. And that's pretty. I got so many freaking 8-tracks. Next week we'll do another 8-track day. I don't want to do 8 tracks every single, because at some point, we're going to do 8 tracks, like a week of 8 tracks. So I was just poking through here, and I came upon this ad here for Paul McCartney and Wings in concert, 8 p.m. Sunday, 8 p.m. Sorry. So there's that. I'm just opening up this 1978 TV guide here. It is from May of 1978, Saturday, May 13, which is where this starts. We got the Farm Report. We got a bunch of movies. Brady Bunch, Space Academy, children's TV show, Worldwide of Sports, Indy 500, Soul Train, Smokey Robinson, Patty Austin, and let's see, Duck Soup is on. Evening, Hee Haw, Duck Soup, a lot of news, and we still have, who do we have in the news? The usual guys. The usual. Bob Schaefer. Oh, it's Saturday, so we don't have the usual guys. Let's see, Hollywood Squares, I always love that. Rodney Dangerfield, George Gobel, Bonnie Franklin from One Day at a Time, Paul Lynn, James MacArthur, Gavin MacLeod, Suzanne Plachette, Joan Rivers, Paul Williams. We were just talking about Paul Williams last night. My wife and I were sitting in bed watching Smokey and the Bandit. And I'm talking about Paul Williams, you know, how he's like just one of my favorite Hollywood guys. One of my favorite, not just Hollywood characters, but overall Hollywood people. I mean, he's a singer, songwriter, musician, writer, director, producer, actor. He's done it all, right? I mean, think about the movie, one of my favorite movies, Bugsy Malone. He wrote all of the music to that. He wrote all of the songs. He sang a lot of the music in there. It's just wow. Sha-na-na. Singer Chuck Berry is the guest, musical guest. Wow. Chuck Berry. I bet that was a tense set there. From what I understand, Chuck Berry was not the easiest guy to get along with. He was a my way or the highway guy. Okay, we got Rich Little, Variety Special, Tom Bosley, Suzanne Summers, Dick Van Patten, Robert Goulet. And then we got Bionic Woman, Speak of the Devilish. Speak of the Devil Girl. Yeah, I'm going to turn my mic back up so I can be back here and be heard. World War I documentary, Behind German Lines. I think my father was actually watching this in Fallbrook at the time. Actually, no, we weren't in Fallbrook. We might have been in Fallbrook. But we left in 78 to go back east. And left everything behind. We can also have at 8 o'clock the Jeffersons. Blue Collar Capitalism documentary. Ted Knight. Oh, yeah. The Love Boat at 9. Columbo at 9. Breakheart Pass movie at 9. At 10, Alan King, Soundstage. Alcatraz documentary. William Conrad narrates the history of the federal prison Alcatraz. I bet they don't even talk about it being taken over by Native Americans in 1968 and 70. Nope, I bet. Saturday night, Richard Dreyfuss is the host, Jimmy Buffett, and Gary Tigerman. Right, absolutely. Let's do Sunday prime time. And then we will move on. Ghost Trapped in Another World, Child of Glass. That is actually a great friggin' movie, and let me see if I can find it. It's just a bizarre movie. It's got Anthony Zerbe in it, who's just done everything. He was the bad guy zombie on Omega Man, a consultant in the movie, to the main character in the movie. What is that movie called? Parallax View. That was it. Anyway, it looks like Child of Glass is on. That is great. Hardy Boys Mystery. What is this? Americans documentary at home, at school, and on location with actress Jodie Foster. And what is this called? Because at this point, she's still in her teens, I think. Late teens. Americans. And that was with Jodie Foster. I really hope I can find this, right? That'd be great if I could find some of that and see that documentary on Jodie Foster. She's one of my childhood heroes. Let's see, at 8 o'clock, How the West Was Won. And, all right. All in the Family. Previn and the Pittsburgh. In Concert, Paul McCartney. At 8:30, Alice. At 9, Leave Yesterday Behind. Wheels, Industrial Espionage. Rock Hudson. Our Mutual Friend. Brannigan, 1975 movie, John Wayne. Nova. Looking at Lasers. And also on Nova, Road to Happiness. So let's go to Monday. Let's see what's happening Monday in 1978. And then we'll take a look at Monday in 1981. And then maybe tomorrow we'll look at the weekend from 1981. So this is where we have that 8-track ad there, you know. Any 6 8-tracks for only 2 cents. That's a great fucking deal. We got the Muppet Show is on tonight, Monday night. Yeah. And I am understanding here that we have all this week, we have Planet of the Apes movies. I don't know what time, but we are supposed to have Planet of the Apes movies all week. I bet it's late night, right? Totally late night, man. Yeah, there it is, 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, Planet of the Apes. And then tomorrow night, we're going to have Beneath the Planet of the Apes. And then Wednesday, it'll be Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and then Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, I think. Is that how it goes? Linda Blair, Martin Sheen, Sweet Hostage. Oh, Lord. Yeah. That's a kooky movie. Let's see. Baby, I'm Back. Damone Wilson. Denise Nichols. I don't remember that show. There's a million shows that just came and went. Came and went. There's MASH. Planet of the Apes. 9:30, One Day at a Time. At 10, Fantasy Island. Lou Grant, Decades of Decision. Love, American Style at 11 and 11:05. Police Story at 11:30. Johnny Carson with guest host Orson Welles. Wow, that's got to be an awkward fucking show. Right? Orson Welles. Guest host tonight. Huh. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting to see some of that. Let's see. And that's what's going on. Tuesday. Pardon me. Monday, May 16th, 1978. And let's take a look at 19 81, and let's go to Monday. 1981, prime time starting at 6. It's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. in the evening. And at this point, they've started to use that little graph, that little what's coming on in the evening graph, which gets better. They fine-tune it. So let's see. We will do 6 o'clock, and then we'll use the graph. So at 6, we got Streets of San Francisco, KMTF auction. Oh, there you go. Some news, Sanford and Son, Linda Carter. Linda Carter's celebration. Oh, she's got Jerry Reed on there. Chris Everett Lloyd. She a tennis star. And Ray Charles. There you go. All in the Family at 6:30. Welcome back, Cotter. Yeah, and then a live auction. Live TV auction. That's something. That's something there. Okay. Oh, Mother, Jugs, and Speed. Mother, Jugs, and Speed. Raquel Welch, Bill Cosby, Larry Hagman, and of course Harvey Keitel, who was a nobody back then. He still really never did much. He was always a second banana. He did a couple of good movies, and then he just kind of became a second banana. MASH is on at 7. Lillian Hellman, a profile. Sha-na-na. PM Magazine, MASH repeats, Tic-Tac-Doe, more MASH repeats, Barney Miller repeats, and then more Barney Miller, Tic-Tac-Doe, Barney Miller. There's a lot of repeats here as we move into 8 o'clock. Best Little Girl in the World. Wow. And that is Jennifer Jason Leigh in the ABC Monday Night Movie. And it's the caption here. Let me see. It says, "I'm Cassie. I'm 17, getting all A's, and I just made the cheerleader. My parents say I'm the best little girl in the world, but they put me down and don't know I'm alive. Won't somebody please stop me before I starve myself to death?" Ah, anorexia. Now, I find it hard to believe that Jennifer Jason Leigh would be at any point anorexic. Basically, because she's got those cheeks that just don't quit, right? So, yeah. Biography, 8 o'clock. Bruce Lee, the man, the myth. I actually remember seeing that biography. Linda Carter special, that's incredible. A psychic who assists police. I remember this episode. Electricity to activate the body's own painkillers. Oh, right. That guy's crazy. Biological contact lenses. All right. And then Little House on the Prairie, also at 8. Conclusion. There you go. Conclusion to an episode with Jason Bateman. Motherfucking titty-sucking two-ball bitch, Jason Bateman. Hello? Am I still alive? Am I still alive? I think I am. Breakout. Charles Bronson. Okay, 8:30. Diploma denied. My Cousin Rachel. At 9. MASH. Letters from inquisitive 4th graders. Oh, I get it. Best Little Girl in the World. Rock Hudson portrays Star Maker. The Star Maker. Great performances. More. Oh, this time it's cassettes. Right? There you go. Now we're giving away cassettes. And I don't have a lot of these. Most of my stuff is 70s and a little bit of 80s. Let's see, what else do we have at 9, nothing, 9:30, house calls, Lynn Redgrave, Wayne Rogers. Oh, that show. That was just a lame show. Lou Grant. And then The Odd Couple at 11. And then Benny Hill, 11:30. Chico and the Man at 11. There we go. Quincy. We got a bunch of late night stuff here for the average late night television. And now we're going to 4 in the morning here and starting at 5. So there's no off time now. We have officially gone from sign off early in the morning at about 2 a.m. To officially staying on all night. And there's a lot of Big Valley overnight, Rat Patrol, Dragnet, Harry-O. A lot of the stuff that's on late night retro channels now is on back then. Yeah. There you go. And then that takes us into Tuesday. So there are our 2 TV guides for the week because we just happen to have 2 of them. So here we go. And there's our 2 TV guides. The Little House on the Prairie is from 1978, and the Dallas one there, that one is from 1981, both in May. So there you go. Tomorrow we'll read some more and see what's going on. Right now it's time to do a bong hit, and I'll think about starting that movie. Yep, getting some hot coffee going here. Yep, gotta heat that coffee up. So let me do that. Let me go heat up my coffee and then do this bong hit, and then we will start that that movie so we can talk about it. And I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves or self. All right, Joey. Hey, have a great night. Peace. I'll see you maybe this evening. I got to do some Minecrafting this evening, so I look forward to my daughter being out of school and getting together with you on a weekend and doing some hanging out. So, and then I really look forward to you being here soon. But I'll talk to you later, man. Peace. Have a good one. Later, brother. That's me. Old Whitey. That's what they call me around here. Old Whitey. Old Whitey. History, Bubba Rooney. Well, let's have some of this hot coffee that we've been all surefire excited about. I'm gonna have some now. Oh yeah. They walk among us. They do. If you don't believe it, you're asleep. You're asleep. They live, we sleep. I'm telling you, man. There's crazy shit going on in the world. I wish I could understand any of it. It is out there. It is friggin' out there, man. Oh, bong hit. All right, let's do a bong hit and talk about what's going on this week. Elephant Man. If you get a chance, watch Elephant Man. I am actually going to pull it up and watch it on YouTube because it's free with commercials. So I'm going to do that. Logan's Run, the TV show, we're going to talk about tomorrow because Logan's Run, the movie, was one of my favorite movies of all time. And there was a brief period where the TV show Logan's Run. It's 13 episodes. Was syndicated on late night television, and I got to watch a couple of episodes, and it blew my mind, right? So I had to find it and get it and watch it all. So we'll talk about that. And Heather Menzies, she pops up everywhere, and then she just disappears, right? That's Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about The Whistler. I know many things, for I walk by night. He's kind of an answer to The Shadow. But this one is more of an anthology series, and each episode is different, which is fantastic. Unlike The Shadow, which each episode follows the exploits of Lamont Cranston, man about town. On Thursday, we're going to talk Radio Shack. We're going to do part 1 of Radio Shack. It's going to be a multi-part series because there's a lot of Radio Shack stuff here in my house to talk about. Realistic brand is Radio Shack. So I'm surrounded by Radio Shack constantly. If I were to look hard enough in here, I could probably find something from Radio Shack. So in this drawer down here, here is one of my most important Radio Shack devices. Is this here? This is my DJ mixer, my sound mixer, and it is a realistic brand Radio Shack. Ooh, it's a little dusty. It's been down in this drawer forever. Let's see, there we go. So we can plug in 2 turntables and a tape player. 2 turntables and a microphone. So we can do that and plug stuff in and then mix back and forth between them. Now I was using old school microphones and this device here when I first started doing my live stuff. And then I went ahead and I got a little bit of an upgrade. Now I'm pretty much all digital. I can go retro, but I prefer not to because it's easier to do this. And then if I do anything recording, I can use old cameras, or I can just age the picture and goof it up so it looks old, so it looks like it's coming through a weird camera. We'll do a day every once in a while where we bring in some old cameras and look at those and take a look at the picture and what the picture looks like. So that'll be pretty damn cool. But Thursday we're going to talk Radio Shack, and we're going to talk about my walkie-talkie collection, and we'll look at some of those and maybe poke through the catalog and see what kind of walkie-talkies they have there. All right. And swap meet deals, swap meet life. I'm telling you, I wish we had a swap meet still, but it's a goner. Next swap meet is about an hour away. Real swap meet. I think I need some more water in here. I gotta get it to bubble more. Yes, got to bubble. Bubble, bubble, toilet trouble. Shut up, that's not how it goes. Let's see, and then last but not least, Friday. Friday, we're simply just going to talk about trailer park life. What it was like to grow up in trailer parks. Yeah. And we will also talk about the video time machine and kind of discuss what the hell it's all about and why is there nothing in the description ever. Because you got to go there, man. Right? You jump into a time machine and I don't want people to look through the list in the description of what's on the video time machine and go, maybe I'll just go to this spot here and watch this. that's what it's not what it's all about. You need to kind of jump in and immerse yourself. Put it on a big screen, pipe it through your stereo, whatever you got to do to surround yourself with this shit, you know, and then grab some artifacts from the past, right? Put on that old t-shirt, put on that old Kiss t-shirt or whatever, put on an old pair of Levi cutoffs, you know, get in the mood, time travel, and then just push play, and don't even worry about what's coming up. Just watch it. Just watch and enjoy. This last episode of the Video Time Machine was a really, really heavy one for me because I did a kind of a Ruth Buzzy. And because Ruth Buzzy was so busy, she was a busy Buzzy. She was everywhere. She was on TV. She was in the movies. She did a lot of PBS. She did kid stuff. She did voice work. She was a busy lady. And so I was able to actually find stuff with Ruth Buzzy that we could watch entirely. So I have an entire episode of a kids program with Ruth Buzzy as pretty much doing every single female adult role in the show. And it's fantastic. I've got her doing some voice work in an animated film, movie trailers, TV promos. So I just tried to kind of say, hey, she was more than just that old lady on Laugh-In that beat that guy up with her purse. She was way more than that. Yeah, Ruth Buzzy was friggin' awesome. So, check out that Video Time Machine, episode 11. Yeah, very, very cool. Last night, pretty early, I was able to put together my commercial for the week, my video promo thing, and was able to kind of find enough to put together a decent commercial for the week. And I enjoy that, you know, because we can talk all we want, but if nobody knows what we're talking about, then what the hell? So I like the fact that I can come on once a week and say, look, this is what's going on this week. Come hang out. You know, not that many people are going to, you know. I don't have a lot of friends on Facebook. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers here on YouTube. I don't have a whole lot of friends, period. I'm a loner. I'm a recluse. I'm a homebody. I go out, like, I have two times a year that I go out, and then I'm, like, out for, like, months, and then I'm closed off again, right? Because of my whole dentures thing, I've been kind of in seclusion for, like, 6 months now. Which sucks, because I used to have friends. I used to have friends locally that I would go hang out with and see, and want to come over and hang out. And I've just been hiding, so I don't have that anymore. I don't have those friends. I try to encourage my wife and daughter to not be like me and not just, you know, hide. Because, you know, it kind of rubs off on you. You want to go anywhere? I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. Fuck it, let's not go anywhere. You know, if my friends, our friends, have some kind of gathering or something, even if I can't make it because of my own issues, I try to encourage my wife and daughter to go. You know, it's not that I don't want to go. It's just I'm not feeling like I'm worth socializing with sometimes. It's like, what's the point? You know? Yeah. So anyway, it's about 6 o'clock. So I am going to go ahead and bring up, where's my movie? Different Suns, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the movie and try to find the spot where we left off last week. Okay. I want to kind of pick up where this day 2 thing started. And I know I saw this. It's going to leave us about a half an hour left to watch. So day 2 on their march, to kind of show, they just march into a town and they do what they were taught to do in Vietnam, only they do it to Americans, and they do it to volunteer Americans who are willing to be treated like the Vietnamese and the Viet Cong were treated by American soldiers during the war. So that's pretty much what's going on. So if we start with this scene here, they just walk into a park and they just take the park over, and they walk into a town and they take it over. And I like this reaction of this student.
You just shot him. He's dead. You want to get shot too? I didn't do anything. He just ran. What did I do? You're going on. What? 36. You come in. Oh, I haven't done anything. Watch security out there. Come in here like this. Oh, shut up. I said shut up. I said shut up. You hear me? You hear me? All right. Get up on your knees, goddammit! On your knees!
Some of these guys are...
Get down, I said!
They're still living it, man. That guy's still back in Vietnam. You better hope he doesn't have any fucking weapons. Alright, I've seen this part.
Hey, man, when we want to take this guy with us?
I'm gonna run and heat up my coffee and be right back.
Good. Kill him, we don't want him, he's a drag on us. Here. All right, we got time for that. We got time for that. To take him back. We ain't got time, rip long. They can put him with a sandbag generator. Just take it easy. You may tell us a lie. You better talk, you kids, or we're gonna cut you right on. Lieutenant Bellio, over here. Lieutenant Bellio. Okay, down. Get him out. Down. Hold me up, boy. Something. We want to see you alive. You better tell us something. I'm not in a unit. Yeah, how come you have no ID, huh? You took my ID. Yeah, bullshit. Where are you from, huh? Who you working with? The garbage man. Come on, you want your guts to say, huh? Is that what you want? We don't want to do it. We want to do it. I want to hear where your unit is. I'm not just information. I'm loyal. Who are you with? I'm with nobody. Come here. Well, I'll tell you.
All those kids sitting there watching.
Very effective. Kids are kind of
You think those kids want to go to war?
There were guns passing on Main Street. We're not used to it, you know. And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't read anything in the paper. So. What do you think was the point of it all? Well, I suppose it's to shock people into it. What could happen in a small town like this, right?
Yeah.
I think it is well done. It doesn't.
feel like a simulation, feels like the real thing, that you've got some people who are really committed, and their integrity really comes across.
Gosh.
I don't believe that I should turn the other cheek when you smack me. And if somebody asks me to come to help them, I go to help them. Just like the South Vietnam government asked us to. They asked us to come over there.
No, they didn't.
Nobody asked the Russians to come in here, or the Viet Cong.
If they got shot up, they want to go out there and they want to be foolish enough to walk from here to Timbuktu and want to eat sea rations? Man, I'll tell you, I think they're sick in their head.
Have their share of hell. I certainly hope that it ends. I have had 2 brothers over there, and I don't want my son to go. Maybe it seems different. Maybe I've changed from a hawk to a dove now. And that's not hard to do when you've had too many members of your own family go and some of them won't come back. And I've known too many boys around here who grow up and send off to other end of the world. It's rotten. It's just rotten.
Fucking A.
I've been down to the Valley Forge Hospital, and I've seen what, the victims, the amputees and stuff, and it's a really sad sight.
What did you find that the American soldiers' reaction was to the Vietnamese while you were there?
A lot of them hated them.
Why would they hate them?
Because they're gooks. I mean,
what's a goop?
To me, it's more Vietnamese to me, but call them all gooks because they're Vietnamese. I don't know why.
You don't know why. That's so sad.
I have no idea.
Has no idea why he refers to them as gooks. Because it's programmed into him.
Dehumanize the man or the woman, and it's easier to persecute and oppress that kind of person.
There you go.
In our case, it becomes easier to kill. And we don't want our boys turned into butchers and murderers, and we don't think the parents want that either, because they're going to come home to you, and they're going to be a little bit different than when they
They're going to be broken.
It's not going to be the same son you sent to Vietnam.
Nope. As soon as they go into boot camp, they are fucking different from then on. I know, a lot of people out there, I'm going to unsubscribe to this dick. You don't know what he's talking about. Right. My father was in Vietnam. I had that life growing up, so I know what I'm talking about. Everybody can claim that they know better. I just know what I know.
Okay, if I can have your attention for just a moment. There's a few things we've got to watch. The tree lines all the way around this place. Poison ivy. So be careful, stay away from the tree line. I understand also on the driveway leading to the swimming area that has been made available to us by gentlemen across the way, there's poison ivy on both sides of the driveway, so be careful.
They're getting naked. Woo. Naked boys, naked boys. Look at this guy.
Well, obviously I'm trying to take care of the feet of these poor men who have been marching for 2 days. Yeah, I guess it's been about the major problem. Luckily, we haven't had anything serious. More serious than sore feet. That's pretty serious if you have to march 20 miles. It's
Been there, done
a
that.
really good experience for me being with all these men.
Anybody else out there walk 20
I've been
miles?
really impressed with them. I hope that the people who have witnessed the demonstration
I did that shit when I was a kid.
grasp the significance of it, because I think it's really important.
The people in other countries like, yeah, I walk 20 miles all the fucking time. What's your problem, you dumbass? It ain't common here.
I joined the Army. Waving the flag, I went in. I really thought that I'm an American, and I got to do my thing for the country.
There you go.
But
That's
then
where
when
they get you.
there and you see it, and you say, well, are we hypocritical? Are we really hypocritical about it? I caught myself, like, calling people gooks, and then saying, wow, what am I saying, This guy is a human being. He's like me. He's got blood running through his veins. But he's a gook. And
But he's a gook.
you look in there and you see what's in that brain of this kid, what has he had to grow up with? And you see it, and it's fear, and it's not understanding things, and it's just general hysteria type thing. And then I related back to my family, the children and my nieces and nephews. And you look and you have this flash and you see their face and you say, what if it was them? You know what I mean? What if it was our children? And it's a moving thing. It's a real moving thing that really I get emotionally about. And that's why I'm here. It's the children, it's the people, it's the human beings. And I believe in God, and I believe in what he says. And he says everyone is a human being, and I really believe that.
I was with an infantry battalion.
Heavy.
And our mission was to search out and find and destroy the enemy. We'd interrogate the prisoners and then, for field information, find out what was going on around the area. Most of the prisoners we dealt with were fairly cooperative. We just stopped them around a little bit and threatened them a little bit, and they'd come out with the information. And the attitude that the military has toward the Vietnamese people, it's standard policy to think of
Now,
the
some
Vietnamese
people,
as
when he
lower
talks,
individuals, not on the same level as the.
I don't necessarily believe that he was even in Vietnam. There's sometimes you wonder, was this guy there? Is he just bullshitting so he
While I
could...
was there, we had a mama son who worked for us. And one day she came to me. I just come off perimeter guard, and she told me about her child being sick. And so I got on the phone, and I called the hospital to try and get a medic to go down to the Ville to see her kid. And we couldn't get a Jeep, and we couldn't get a doctor to go, and we couldn't get her kid admitted to the hospital. And this buddy of mine and I tried for a couple hours, you know, off and on, trying to get her kid medical attention. The kid died the next morning. And the story the doctors and the people in the hospital were giving is basically, well, it doesn't matter, it's just Vietnamese.
There you go. It's fucking horrible. And common practice.
Hello. If you think you're doing some good, I'm glad to give you a place to stay overnight to rest in order to go on to your next.
It makes me wonder about my
You
father
can go anywhere over that field as far as I'm concerned.
and
But
how difficult it
the
was
further
for
up
him
you
to
get,
leave
the higher
Vietnam
ground you get,
with
and naturally the drier.
with a child there
So you do whatever you please
and
as far
and
as
a
I'm
woman,
concerned. I mean, wherever
the
you
mother
go.
of his child. How difficult
One thing,
was it, or wasn't it? Was it not difficult for him because, quote unquote, she was only a Vietnamese, right? Does that come into play? I don't know.
There's nothing in it to
I don't know.
purify it or anything. You can have all you want.
Oh, beautiful.
This old guy's
I'm sure
righteous.
the fellas will appreciate that. Most of them are city boys, and they don't know what good country water is, you see. I'm sure they're like that. Well, look, I know you've got your routine to get back into, and we don't want to take time too much, but you have an invitation to visit us. Come down and eat dinner with us. How would you like to eat dinner with us? What we've got is pork and beans, but we'd like to have you down there.
Well, I don't have any more than pork and beans myself.
Well, why don't you come down and have dinner with us?
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, you
I
should.
appreciate it, and thanks a lot.
I tell you, if you change your mind, just come on down, please, because
I'll do that. But I don't think I'm going to change my mind. I'm one of these stubborn bastards who never changes his mind.
Well, look, we'll be leaving about 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll clean the area up before we leave.
You won't get away at 6 o'clock.
Oh, we got away at 6 o'clock this morning.
You
From the
did?
last campsite. Yes, we did. We'll get away about 6.
I didn't know people from New York could get up that early.
That's great. Day 3. White House. So we're marching to bring the realism of war to small-town America. Basically, that's it. Plastic rifles, plastic toy guns, plastic knives, and they just go in and take over a town. March to the next town, take it over. March to the next town, take it over.
So when these girls come out of the post office, criminal harassment, chase them down the street, okay? Now, they will just get lost in the action here. Have one guy yell at this fellow sitting on the bench to do this girl. He'll get up and run toward the post office. Or there may be two guys. I'm sorry, toward the courthouse. But I think you're going to have to get up a little past the post office and cut back into it. Okay? And then carry it on.
People get involved through various ways. They get involved because of conscience, because of loss of their own sons, or for whatever reason. And I think that the simulated attack by the Vietnam veterans against the war is another effective method of teaching the Americans that peace is necessary before the whole world is blown to smithereens.
There you go.
And we have stood quietly most of the time thinking that it will go away, that it is 10,000 miles
This
from
guy's a
our
politician.
shore, and it is not our business. Well, I say it is the business of concerned Americans. Back it up! I said back it up! I said back it up, but move! Move! The girl, take her!
Take her. Take the girl.
Take one for me, Bobby. Yeah, I guess this guy's identification here.
Watch out. Don't drop that plastic gun.
Get that goddamn goose. Come on! Make him run.
Oh. There you go.
Get her, take her away. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Dad, let's go.
Yeah, the college students are great to use for this.
In our name, we are devastating a country that never attacked us. In the name of democracy, we are bringing fascism 10,000 miles from our shore. And I think that the American people at last are learning that this is the way.
Come on, Commie.
Shut up! I say, shut up! The American way, man. Oh, wow, he's got a ring. Let's get the ring. Let's get the ring. There's the basket there. All right, Rob, get him off up there. What you've just seen is something that the Vietnamese people experience every day. Absolute repression, an infringement on all civil liberties, and it's done in your name. They're murdered, they're butchered, they're murdered and butchered by guys like us who are carrying out the policy of this government that you are allowing to continue. If you continue to remain silent, you are responsible. How are you going to be effective?
Effective in doing what? Helping the enemy or us?
Well, victory would stop the war in from 6 to 8 weeks. And if you'd have done it 7 years ago, probably not even half the casualties would be in existence
Right.
now.
So blame it on the soldiers for not winning the war earlier.
Pro-Nixon, pro-war, this whole community, right. And that's my opinion, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think, myself, anybody should be killed. Everybody should have a right to live. Whether it's black, white, pink, or purple. Everybody should have a right to live.
If we weren't fighting it there, we might be fighting it here.
Bullshit.
And this is the way I look at it.
You'd be fighting it somewhere
I
else.
spent 16 months in Korea. And there's a certain amount of honor in it. And to do it all over again, I think I'd do it.
As long as they do it peacefully, do what you want to
The
do.
only war that will be fought on American soil ever will always be civil war.
For what they believe. That's
Period.
fine with me as long as they do it peacefully, don't obstruct property, personal lives. But personally,
The rest of the world has too much invested in the bullshit in this country.
I know, I thought it was... I think, first of all, if they want to protest, at least they could look a little bit nicer.
Oh, shut up.
Let's put it that way.
Fuck
They
you.
look like a bunch of motley crew. They have absolutely no...
Those guys fought and died for your fucking stupid bitch ass.
Other people, we stopped in front of a little tavern. Some guy came out and was...
I don't like the way they look.
He said he was a veteran, and we said, well, we were veterans. Yeah, well, he said, that makes no difference. You're all sissies because some of you have long hair.
Oh.
Some of you wear mustaches.
So that makes
You gotta go
them...
over to see what the troopers look like in Vietnam. 3/4 of them have mustaches, sideburns, look pretty grody because they live pretty dirty. And I think one of the main things is that the establishment has used patriotism as a club. You know, if you're against the war, automatically you're a communist. Or
There you go.
And I think if more veterans, people that have been there and
Not wanting war does not make you
right
anti-American.
to say, well, look, I'm an American, and I was in the service.
It means you have your
or
own
I was
fucking
in Vietnam,
opinion.
as the case may be. I have a right to say, stand up and say what I believe, and I believe the war is wrong. And I,
There you
I
go.
most certainly
And
do.
he has the
When a
fucking
human
right,
being walks
especially
past
since he was a fucking soldier.
a bunch of cadavers laying out in a pad, 10 or 12, not moving with ponchos over them. That does something to any human being. And
Especially when they were your buddies.
we were pointing them out all the time, so I just got sick of it.
Well, now, I was at Quezon, and we were in a bind there because they were firing at us from Laos, and we couldn't shoot back into Laos. So we were sitting ducks. Guys were getting killed like for 4 months. The B-52s haven't stopped them. The Air Force hasn't stopped them. We've been over there all this time. We haven't stopped them. We've sent 500,000 men there. 43,000 of them died there, and they're still winning. The Saigon government has no support with the people in the countryside. They could have never moved the divisions back and forth across the DMZ that they did constantly without the total help and support of the Vietnamese people there. We'd go into a village, and every container would be filled with grain, filled with rice and stuff. And like you knew that the NLF was coming in at night and feeding and eating and then leaving in the morning. And like on certain days we got shelled, and like the people that, the Vietnamese that cut hair and sold stuff down at the gate, they weren't there on those days because they knew the days we were going to get hit. And like you got up in the morning and you noticed the little shop wasn't open, you could count on getting hit that day because they passed the word around. You're told the VC can be anyone. You don't know who it is. So therefore you distrust all Vietnamese. This could be a VC, this could be a VC. And from this trust grows hatred. You see friends killed, or else you say, why aren't we winning, man? We're a pretty big country. Why aren't we winning this thing? And yet you look at all the people and you know that the VC can't
We
operate
weren't there to
without the
win.
people. I'm not disloyal to this country. I love this country. But I hate the things that we're doing in the name of liberty and justice and democracy.
We had Chu Hoys or interpreters with us who would talk to the people. We'd check ID cards, crawling out of bunkers and tear apart all their possessions and stuff, looking for weapons, and root through their rice to see if they had ammo stored in it, or search it, like go through it with a comb, just about. And sometimes you'd run into a little resistance, or you'd be halfway through a village. One time we got halfway through and machine gun opened up, and here, there's villagers all around, and Charlie shooting, and you're shooting, and the villagers are running. And people got to get hurt. There's no way around it. Oh, hell, you holler stop. I hollered stop at 2 old men one day, and they didn't stop. And I fired a shot in here, and it crouched a little bit and started walking a little faster. And I hollered stop again, and this time I pointed the rifle down low and fired it very close to them, and they stopped. But if they hadn't stopped, I would have shot them. Because when you're over there, it's not a question of war. It's a question of whether you're going to come back alive. It's your life. You're fighting for your life. You're not fighting for any principles or any values. You're just fighting to survive.
A
So
survival
every
situation
GI
that your
killed,
government
You
started.
got to keep the number of gooks that you kill.
Your presence
a lot higher. Like
has
they like to keep
started.
it up around 10 to 1.
That's all there is to it.
That's what they tried to keep it at in our battalion. And the body count, if you didn't get they even had a reward type system.
There you go.
In our battalion, the company with the highest body count for the week, they had it published. They had a little thing that they kept up to date, mounted in each company area, with the company, the body count for that week, the body count for the preceding week, and the total body count of that company since when this thing started. Gradually, as people found out I was in Vietnam, and they asked you the question, oh, you were in Vietnam? Yeah. What's it like over there? Like, in 25 words or less, to win the contest, you're going to describe what it's like in Vietnam. How do you explain to a person what a guy looks like? You say, well, one day this guy, he had both his legs blown off, and he was screaming, and we were trying to quiet him down because they were dropping mortars on us. And, oh, don't talk about that, it makes me sick.
That's Vietnam. You want to know? There you go. Valley Forge.
Let you go to Hanoi. They need boys like you.
Are you kidding me?
Scraggly crew.
Scraggly crew. You know what? Fuck you. Show a little fucking respect.
I don't blame those fellows for not being proud because we won our war, you see. These fellows
Fuck
didn't.
you.
These fellows didn't win, and from the looks of it, they couldn't win.
Oh.
And the remark has been passed, and I think there may be some substance to it, that some of these fellows said they were shot. We're wondering whether they were shot with marijuana or whether they were shot in battle.
Yeah, they were shot up with marijuana. They were shooting marijuana, you fucking fool. Show some fucking respect, assholes. They respect you, respect them.
Hey, this is another plot to divide America.
America's divided, asshole. Wake up.
We're in.
Uh-oh.
And we that genuinely love America, genuinely love God.
Uh-oh.
They're inseparable.
There you go.
This America was founded upon the principle of freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and
But
all
you
these
want to,
freedoms.
but only for you.
And all folks have a right to that.
But only for you.
But there is such thing as protecting the country that was given to us so freely.
So who do you feel is behind this plot?
Who do I feel is behind this plot? I believe that these are the latter days before the
Oh,
soon coming of the Lord
this
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
This
And I
guy's,
believe that Satan is
he is
blinding
out
the
there.
eyes of even God's elect.
There's religion, and then
And
there's
many of these
religion.
in the march today, I feel from my heart, are blinded by none other than Satan,
Look
anti-Christ,
at the eyes on this
anti-God,
fucker.
anti-America.
He beats his children. He's probably a frickin'
I'm the chaplain of
pedophile.
the General Douglas A. MacArthur Post Veterans of Foreign
Yep.
Wars.
He's a fucking
made up their mind to
psycho.
fight that harder and win that war. Stop them communists. They kill the people.
God, you are brainwashed. Look at those eyes. Brainwashed.
They're animals. Them communists. Any communist. I don't care what his nationality, color, or what he is. In my opinion,
Kill
if
'em
he's
all.
a communist, he is a beast. He is a godless beast.
Wow.
Well, I think it's
This is horrible.
a bunch of young boys here that are been duped by higher-ups.
Yeah, as soon as they joined.
I mean by Reds, communists, in high places. That's right. I don't hesitate to say this.
I'll
these
say
kids,
it.
If they'd only stop and think that they know what they're doing here today is wrong, that they should be standing with us.
With you doing what? Scratching your ass and having a fucking barbecue? And watching the war? That's it. Watch the war on TV. That's what you should be doing. Come sit with us and have a beer and watch the war on TV. Don't talk like that. These old farts that think that just because they were in a war, that completely different fucking war, that ended completely different for completely different fucking reasons, right? They're going to compare themselves to these guys
We don't care.
and be better.
To be on the road 3 days and talk to only people who are convinced that the war is wrong. We're trying to change the minds of those people who feel the war is right. I think we've raised some questions. I don't think we've converted anyone. I think we've
Not those. You don't convert assholes like
I
that.
think that's what we set out to do, is to make them think.
I see the same thing here now with these kids playing with the guns that I know I went through and probably every GI in the service went through.
Yeah.
See, when we were in Vietnam, we had real guns and we killed a lot of people. And now what we're trying to do is we're trying to simulate, you know what simulate means? To make believe all over again, to show the people here in America some of the things that really go on. In order for us to do that,
We had to put on our uniforms again, and we had to get these plastic guns. The reason why we took plastic ones, we don't want to hurt anybody anymore, because we learned. And now, if you stick around, 3 o'clock, you're going to watch and see what we do with these plastic guns. We're going to break them up. Because that's the only thing the guns are good for, break them.
All right, I'm going to go off there because that's about where there's a copyright hit on that music there. So I'm going to let that, pardon me, I got a little emotional there at the end thinking about all of those people so divided about killing, you know. How some just thought, you know what, it's okay to kill indiscriminately if it's for the right cause. And the other side is like, there's no cause that is just for indiscriminate killing like that. And you think about the guys who were like okay with killing and the war that they were in, right? A completely different war. And totally propagandized, completely different, right? So they fully believed in every single thing that they were doing during World War II and even the Korean War. It was when the Korean War where they started going, I don't know if we should be doing this, you know, when they started to question exactly what the deal was with communism, right? The McCarthy hearings. And you get the country just completely divided. Half of the country is ready to just pick up guns and shoot anybody, and the other half of the country is going, wait a second, let's stop and think about this. So now you've got two sides in the United States, you know, and they're constantly going at each other in the media, in TV, in movies, and eventually the Vietnam War ends. But the fight at home continues, and it just continues and continues. And they've decided a long time ago that if they keep us divided, they have more control than unifying all of us. And I don't know why. Why? But they're right. They're absolutely right. We're easier to manipulate and to control if we are divided, because we can always be one side against the other. We're going to do this because this is good for us. Well, we don't like you doing that. That's not good for us. Well, we're going to do it anyway. Well, we're going to, you know, well, we're going to get stuff to help us battle you from doing that. So now both sides are being sold a bullshit bill of goods, you know, and kept disliking each other and hating each other. Every town they rolled through, there was somebody who was like, you know what, this is the best thing that you guys could do. And a block down the road, you little pieces of shit, how you dare you do this to your country? How dare you turn your back on your country, you fucking communists? And it is completely un-American for the latter to say anything bad about somebody in the United States doing something that they feel is for the good. And they're not hurting anyone, right? They're trying to spread a message, right? As long as you're spreading the message this guy likes, he's okay with it. If you start spreading a different message, he's not okay with it. Why? Because of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right? Well, so that freedom is only reserved for people who follow your set of rules, your doctrine, and then nobody else? I never got that. I never got that. I got it because of my grandfather and his my way or the highway attitude. It had to be his way. And his way was the American way. And I never could understand how, because, because he was American, so therefore he was in charge of deciding what was good for everybody, basically. And that was do as I say, not as I do. That was like the unspoken motto of my grandfather. Do as I say, not as I do. He was pretty old school. He and my father did not get along because my father was a different son. And he fought in Vietnam and came back changed. And didn't come back that hardened soldier that his father wanted. He came back a veteran of a different kind of war. And my grandfather hated that. He should have come back, and we should have been able to go sit and drink beers together at the VFW and talk about war stuff. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. My father came back from Vietnam changed and not wanting to talk about the war, not wanting to, and he did. He talked about the war a lot when I was a child. There came a point to where he stopped talking about the war. And I think he would have loved to have been able to sit and talk with his father openly and honestly, but my grandfather was just so hard-nosed and just would not, give an inch, And so he saw my father as a dirtbag, a hippie dirtbag, If I ever catch you smoking marijuana, I will kill you. That's what he told him. If I ever catch you smoking marijuana, that devil weed, I will kill you, because no son of mine is going to live. So he threatened him to kill him. And then in the late 70s, early 80s, I can't remember exactly when, I'm going to say, 1979 or 80, something like that. My parents took us kids up to my grandfather's house in Oregon, near where my brother lives now. And they dropped us off. And they were going to leave us there for a week to hang out with our cousins and grandparents and that kind of crap. And it was supposed to be spectacular. They hung out for a little while and then bailed, took the puck off, got out of Dodge, and went back to Southern California, leaving us up there in Oregon for a week. And then I guess at some point they were going to come get us, or they were going to bring us back down, or whatever. And on the first night, we went out to the trailer. It was a little tiny travel trailer behind the house that they had for us to stay in, because there was 3 of us kids. So we were dirtbag kids, so they put us in this trailer out back. They didn't let us stay in their house. So we're out there at like 7 o'clock at night, after we had just, we had had dinner, and the sun wasn't even down, and it was early, and our cousins were all in bed in their little jammies, tucked in and asleep already. I mean, literally, they were in bed and they were out. And the parents were up drinking, playing cards, doing that kind of stuff in the house. All the parents and their parents and the older kids, they were all doing their evening thing, while all the littler kids had to go to sleep early. I mean, real early. So we're out in the trailer, and we're like, well, this sucks. You know, we're used to staying up till 10, 11 o'clock at night, as late as we want. And we're just, like, bored. And my sister, she's getting homesick. So she's like, crying, right? And my parents had sent my brother with this little container just filled with marijuana joints, just all these rolled joints in there. Stupidest thing in the world. So my brother, he's like not even 15. And here we are in this little tiny travel trailer with the windows rolled up tight. It's not even late yet, right? Everybody in the house is still awake. And my brother says, well, I'm going to fire up this joint here, and I'll blow the smoke in your face, and it'll make you feel better, and you'll relax, and it'll make you feel like you're at home, right? So the logic was that he was going to take a couple of hits off of this thing, and it was going to make everybody feel better. So he lights this thing up, and he fills this trailer filled with smoke. Just hotbox this little tiny fucking canned ham trailer. Just then, the grandparents come out, and they want to say goodnight and tuck us in. Apparently, we didn't wait too long before we sparked up a doobie. And they open up this trailer, and they are just dumbfounded. They open up, and this, I could just imagine from the outside the smoke billowing out of this thing. And we're little kids, okay? We are literally little fucking kids. My brother is probably 14. I'm like 12. My sister is like 10. All right? We are little fucking kids. And we're in there in this trailer hot box on a fucking joint. And my grandparents were the strictest fucking people in the world. I'm telling you, they were strict. My father was a different son than he wanted. We'll get into more about family tree and who's who and whose dad is who and all of that stuff at some point on a Friday. We'll do family tree day, and we'll look at it and go, nope, this is wrong, nope, this is wrong, nope, this is wrong. Yeah. So anytime when we were watching Different Sons and we would see these old farts from World War II talking about they had a real war and they won their war, and yeah, with dropping a fucking bomb, right? Sorry, I got an itch. You know, yeah, they won the war, but they weren't alone, and a lot of fucking people died. 60 million fucking people died because of World War II. Sure, we only lost, 100,000 or so, But think of the rest of the fucking world. Good riddance, fucking communists and Nazis. And no, it wasn't just like that, 1 million freaking Jews burned in ovens. Come on. That's propaganda. You can't prove that. Harry, he's getting weird again. Shut up, Marge. Punk. We had a real war. Anytime I see those old farts, I think of my grandfather. And the way he was so, I'm going to say brainwashed, propagandized into believing that his war was the right war, and it was a good war, and it was a just war, and they won that war. And wow, none of that's true. Nobody won that fucking war. A lot of people lost that fucking war. World War II ended. Nobody won. It ended. Okay? That's what happened. Wars don't end nowadays. Wars don't have winners nowadays. They just end. All right? Because both sides are fucked no matter what. Oh sure, big side like Russia going to Ukraine. Russia's not going to lose anything. Bullshit. Russia's losing, Russia just wanted to absorb them back into their nation, pretty much, albeit, being a bully about it, and Ukraine has the right to say, fuck no, so nobody wins. Nobody wins. Nobody wins in war. Nobody. You know, there's sure there is a victor, there is a side, but do they really win? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then there's war reparations, right? You got to pay. If you're going to blow somebody up, you got to come along later and help them rebuild. Otherwise, you ain't a good human. If you're going to blow them up, you got to help them rebuild. That's a good human. That's bullshit, you know. How about if we just don't? And the best way to fight a war is to not start a war. All right? Violence begins where logic ends. And if we can't solve things logically, well, then why do we have these guys in charge? If they can't figure shit out without getting a bunch of us fucking killed over it, because they don't get killed, right? Very seldom do you see the politician take the bullet. You don't see the politicians out on the front line, right? You don't see the president out there saying, come on, boys, let's go. That don't fucking happen, all right? He gets us fucking idiots to go out there and fight these stupid fucking bullshit fucking arguments that they get us into. How do they settle an argument? They put guns in our hands. They put guns in the hands of our kids, all right? And no. And I'm, you know, I can't apologize for saying if you put your kid in, if you put your kid in harm's way, then you should expect one of two options, one of two outcomes, right? And if you can't handle the worst of the outcome, then don't fucking do it. Don't encourage your kid to fucking do that, okay? Don't. Well, I didn't want it, but they're in there now, so I'm going to support them. Tell them to get the fuck out. That's how you support them. Get the fuck out of there, you know? Why? Because you have the knowledge, all right? You have the experience. You should know better, you know? It doesn't do anybody any good. It's one thing to have a police force to take care of your country, all right? It's another thing to have a world police force that you think should, you give yourself the right, no, nay, the responsibility to go out and police the world and take care of the, don't you have the responsibility to do that at home first, you know? Maybe if so, we wouldn't be so divided at home. Unite the country, then unite the world. Don't go out half-assed, fucking keeping everything divided while under the guise of uniting. It just doesn't work. It doesn't fly. Not in my reality. It just, I don't see it. I don't. You see so many people from both sides in that film, Different Sons. Yeah. Check it out. Should I try to find it here? I will go back and grab my channel here. Go to my channel here. And search my channel for Different Sons. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to go here. All the way forward. Okay. Alright, so now I can go here and I am going to pop in this movie. Right. Different Sons. 1971. Film. It's a film. It's a film, not a movie. All right, there we go. Okay. And then if you're joining us at any time, then you won't have to go far at the end of this video to find the different suns. The entire film, and I would suggest watching it. And you know what, especially if you're a Vietnam or Vietnam descent, because then you see the other side, Vietnamese descent, because then you see that it wasn't always what it looked like. There were a lot of guys there who did not want this to happen, did not want to be there. They went over there thinking, yeah, this is cool. And they got there and went, oh, fuck. What the hell are we doing, right? And this is just a small group of guys that represent a huge majority of guys who did not want to be there. Totally. Once again, the go there. Once again, the album of the day is Who's Next? Who's Next album? And yes, they are peeing on that thing, which is why they're there. And the movie for the day, the movie of the day that you can find in a link there is The Elephant Man from 1980. Great movie. One of my favorites from that year, I got to see it in school, and it was really heavy and hard-hitting. I think I saw it in the 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade. It very well might have been Mrs. Riendo's class in Temecula. And then in Murrieta, the year later, I had Mr. Riendo, which was fucking awesome. They were both the coolest people in the world. Two of the handful of teachers that I've ever loved in my life. Mr. and Mrs. Riendo, both teachers. Mr. LaValle, he was a great English literature teacher, and a fun guy, big Orson Welles guy. Well, be sure to tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk about Logan's Run, the TV series, and Heather Menzies. And what the hell happened to her? And we'll kind of poke around, see when that series was about, see if I can't find something about that. Of course, there's that little TV promo in the commercial, so we might check that out. Let's see. Later in the week, we're going to talk on Old Time Radio Wednesday. We're going to talk about the Whistler radio show. On Thursday, we're going to do part 1 of Radio Shack, and we're going to talk about walkie-talkies. And then on Friday, Trailer Park Life, what it was like to be a trailer park rat. You know. I don't know, man. Totally, man. I can't believe that it's almost time to sign off. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Crazy man, he's a crazy man. The fact that it's already so late in the morning. I kind of feel like I just want to jump back in bed for a couple of hours. I think we got to go out and clean a house today. I may try to work on some things here in the house. I need to do some more organizing. My wife's like, why haven't you painted me a picture yet? And I'm like, she said, yeah, there's those damn, whatchamacallums, canvas. And you got your, I've got this underneath my desk here. You can just see it right here. This wood thing here is, see it? My little finger wiggling around. That is an easel with a set of paints inside of it. So I will be going through all of my stuff and consolidating all of my arts and crafts stuff. A lot of it I'm going to consolidate into a drawer down here, and then other stuff I'm going to put in separate cases. This is for painting, this is for drawing, this is for that. You know, and then down in the drawer here I'll have glue and tape and paper and construction paper and, you know, rulers and that kind of stuff. The basics. And then I'll have specialty boxes filled with stuff. And it's been years since I've done any painting. But, what the hell. She wants me to paint her a picture. So I thought, you know what, on an arts and crafts day, I'll set up an easel. And what I might do is set it up in front of my desk and then take this camera here that points down at my desk and then just tilt it forward so it looks over my shoulder at the easel. And then I'll have another camera looking right at my face. This camera will be right there in my face. So that'll be pretty heavy if we can do that. And like I said, next week we're going to take a look at some more 8-track tapes and have some more stuff to fiddle around with. We'll do another guitar day. We'll do that more and more as often as we can. If I can squeeze it into like Thursdays and Fridays where we're just kind of talking about old school stuff, then yeah, I'll plug in the guitar and just diddly fuck around while we're sitting here. Mainly because I need to get back into it. And if I play too much, I screw my fingers up right away because I haven't played. So I need to get back. It's like wearing my new teeth, you know. I got to work into it. I'm going to put them in today because my mouth is healed from having worn them the day before yesterday. So, and I just wore them at home so I could kind of get used to them. And I put them in and they were okay. They went in and they felt great for about an hour, and then they started to rub on the inside a little bit. And so then I ate a dinner. I ate one of those Swanson meatloaf mashed potatoes meals because I figured, all right, it's going to be soft and easy to chew. And it was okay. I couldn't bite down real hard. Later on afterward, I tried to eat some dessert, and because the muffin had a little bit of hard stuff on the top of it, you know, it was one of those crumb muffins, so some of the crumb stuff was a little harder than the muffin, and I bit into that, and it felt weird biting into it because it was so big and kind of hard, and I thought, no, I can't do that. So I'm going to continue to eat soft foods with my new teeth and get used to the chewing, and then keep them in longer and eat with them more. What I need to do is find something that I can rub on the inside of the denture where it's rubbing my gum raw. Something to keep it from, well, rubbing, right? Because that's, it kind of, speaking of rubbing, I got to rub my ass. Because that's where I'm running into some issues. So there's that. Like I said before, my daughter caught cold, so she's got a cold or a flu or something, which just means congestion and coughing and achiness and that kind of stuff. And that sucks because this is her last week of university for the year. And so she's got to get through this week, and she's got tests all this week. She's got to turn in a paper that she stayed up late last night coughing and writing and coughing and writing. So she worked on this paper last night. Hopefully she got it finished because it's got to get turned in today. At this point, she's like sick, and she's like, I don't even care, right? Fuck it if I don't do well on all of them. And we've told her before, you know what? It gets to the point sometimes where you just got to say, you know what? This is the best I can do. And if it gets you a lower grade, it gets you a lower grade. You make it up later, you know, or don't worry about it. Don't stress over it. And she's starting to learn that it's okay to not succeed once in a while, to not completely get there, to fail a little bit, you know. The last thing she is a failure. The last thing she sees herself is a failure. So she doesn't want to fail. But on occasion, you just got to ease up on yourself and just take what you get. Take what you can do. Just do what you can do. That's it. So, good on her. It's the last bong hit of the morning. And I am going to be back this evening. We're going to listen to some more Grateful Dead. We're going to play a little more Minecrafting. The only time I'm not here is when I get some technical difficulties or a family emergency arises and it's like, crap, all right, let's go. Fuck it, I won't do a show tonight. You know, and that might mean just having to go somewhere, you know. Or we had to do something during the day and I got back a little late. It's like, fuck it, I ain't going to do a show. Because I don't stress out over shit. I miss not doing a show. But it's not the end of the world. It's like my daughter in her grades. She gets bummed out when she gets a bad grade. So she doesn't. But if she does, if she were to get a bad grade, she'd be okay with it because now she's like, you know, it is what it is. You know, I just can't. You know. Usually I can, and sometimes I just can't. So I get it. And now she gets it. And that's awesome. I don't want her to go through life thinking that she has to be perfect, because you set yourself up for misery when you fail. When you do finally fail, it's the worst thing in the world. And she hates to fail, you know. And I think she knows it's okay. It's not the end of the world, you know. There are a lot of worse things going on than failing a test or, you know, not getting something done in class. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Well, I guess it's okay. It's time for me to get rolling. I gotta get out of here. I got shit to do. Be sure to come back and join me this evening. It should be fun, just kind of running around my little Minecraft world going right? But, you know, all right, people, you know what to do. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Be kind to each other, all right? Do something for yourself, but do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it makes you feel good. Makes somebody else feel good. Makes the world a better place. All right? Be nice. That's all it takes. It's real easy to be nice. It takes a lot of energy to be an asshole. It's real easy to be nice. All right, people, most especially out there, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody going to be weird for you. Okay, I'll see you this evening, and if not, I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Adios.